They see an illegal as nothing more than a vote and somebody to pick their crops. Welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right to it. First topic, the Supreme Court has sided with Trump when it comes to deporting the illegals. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
Looking live at the White House there, we're getting some breaking news at this hour coming out of the Supreme Court. The U.S. Supreme Court has handed President Trump a victory, letting him and his administration use the 1798 law that historically has been employed only in wartime to swiftly deport alleged Venezuelan gang members as part of the Republican president's hardline approach to immigration. Granting that administration request to lift the Washington-based U.S. judge James Boasberg's March 15th order that had temporarily blocked the summary deportations under the Alien Enemies Act while litigation in the case continues. So the Supreme Court has weighed in.
Yeah, so they sided with Trump, claiming that, yeah, he's okay to go ahead and deport these criminal gang members to wherever he may want based on the Alien Enemies Act. And you gotta love it too, because it just shows that these corrupt judges who are trying to stop like one alleged father. Basically, they're trying to claim this guy was a father, but he might have been a father. He probably was a father, right? But he was an MS-13 gang member as well. And now they're trying to, fight for this guy's right to come back. No. At least the Supreme Court is still somewhat of a real entity here in the United States, where it was almost, I believe it was like a 5-4 vote. It was something really close, where the conservative judge that Trump appointed back in his previous term, went with the liberal women on the Supreme Court, of course, right? Of course. But it's good to know that there's still at least some sort of integrity in the government, at those high up establishments like that. But yeah, it's just a huge win for the Trump administration, just letting them go and just deport their people and not going to have some rogue judge standing in their way at every turn, just trying to just stop stop everything great that's happening, basically. That's what the guy was trying to do, but now he's been overruled. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So about 70 countries have already called Trump, begging pretty much to bend the knee. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
Larry, I can tell you that there are 50, 60, maybe almost 70 countries now who have approached us. So it's going to be a busy April, May, maybe into June. And Japan is a very important military ally. They're a very important economic ally. And the U.S. has a lot of history with them. So I would expect that Japan's going to get priority just because they came forward very quickly, but it's going to be very busy. And if President Trump, again, gave himself maximum negotiating leverage, and just when he achieved the maximum leverage, he's willing to start talking.
Yeah, so all of you people out there who are panicking over the tariffs, like, oh my God, the market's crashing, or what are we going to do? We've never seen anything like this. So, he's crazy. All you people, you're just panicking, like Trump even called it out. He said, don't be a panicking, and it's hilarious that people, they're just so willing to start crying about any little change, and it just really separates the people who are down and willing to, go through whatever might need to be gone through to make America great. See, I'm a person, it's not all about me. Everybody these days is me, right? I'm about, let's make America great. I mean, if I got to suffer for a couple months while the market and everything, works itself out, great. What do I care? It's like, I'm willing to do that because I'm not just one of these me, selfish people, like apparently the majority of Americans, I voted for this. This is what I want. And if it's going to take a little bit of time and I got to, be a little patient, whatever, folks. We're seeing something great here. And if you're not on board, then just shut up and get the hell out and let the men in the room handle business. Okay? Because frankly, we're sick and tired of hearing these people that are just panicking and pussies talking about, oh my God, it's the end of the world, and he's a psycho and he's crashing the... Listen, just shut up and let the men and the strong-minded people handle business. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So the greatest athlete in the world met the greatest world leader in the world. Ohtani met Trump in the Oval Office. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
Boy, oh boy, what an athlete.
And 3, 2, 1.
You know what you do? And for your family. This is so great to have you. It's a great honor. You're an amazing athlete in person. Have a good time. Take a picture by the Declaration of Independence. It's great. That's a good one.
3, 2, 3, 2, 1.
What a guy. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it that Ohtani is the greatest athlete in the world, and it's not even close. And Trump's definitely the greatest, world leader in the world. But yeah, go ahead and name me a better athlete in the world right now than Shohei Ohtani. And don't even give me any of this whole, LeBron, he's the greatest. LeBron ain't shit when it comes to being an athlete compared to Ohtani. Name one thing that LeBron can do that Ohtani can't do. Maybe, okay, LeBron has better handles than Ohtani, but I guarantee you Ohtani can shoot a basketball pretty damn proficient, he's great at it, and he can just dunk like it's nothing. So anything that LeBron does on a sports court or field, Ohtani can basically do just as well. And it's the same thing. Don't give me the whole, decathlon or the decathlete argument. I've heard that argument too, and that's... You don't think Ohtani could just go out right now and do everything that's needed to be done in a decathlon? So yeah, I just needed to put that out there, that Ohtani is the best athlete in the world, and I'm glad Trump, totally acknowledged it, like, oh yeah, you're a great athlete, and Trump recognizes greatness, I just hope the guy's reputation didn't take too big of a hit in Japan because, he was seen taking a picture with Trump, Frankly, I don't think that's how the Japanese are. The Japanese seem pretty level-headed and down to earth, and I think they're pretty cool with Trump, So yeah, it's just great to see Ohtani, the best athlete in the world, and it's not even close. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. So apparently Jasmine Crockett wants slave labor with the illegals. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
I just love how anytime the Democrats or the liberals are talking about why we need illegals here in this country, it's always about picking the crops, So basically their whole argument is just, we want slave labor because you're not going to go pick them crops. I ain't going to go pick them crops, We need the illegals to come here and just pick our crops, How is that not completely racist? Saying, oh my God, who's going to pick our crops? It's always the illegals. Yeah, listen, lady. I don't ever want to hear you talk about reparations ever again or how the black people were oppressed when you're just wanting illegals to be here just so they can do slave labor type jobs and just work for slave labor. And, I'm a right winger, I'm a conservative. I don't want illegals in our country. I want them all gone, right? And frankly, if somebody's got to pick the crops, somebody will pick the crops, right? Or they'll figure out a way to automate picking the crops. See, this is the thing. It's like, do we want illegals here, or do we want to just go into the next generation of farming, automation? I get it. You can't pick strawberries with, but listen. Sooner or later, somebody's going to invent something where you can pick a damn strawberry through automation. But yeah, it's just sickening that the Democrats are so, racist. Basically, they're just racist when it comes to this type of thing. They see an illegal as nothing more than a vote and somebody to pick their crops. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you